Hey everyone. So we are back with our little haunted house game that we've been working on. Just to give you guys a little reminder, this is sort of based on the 2600 game Haunted House. Obviously I changed a lot to it just because I could to make it look a lot better. So what did I do this time? I changed around a couple of the platforms to kind of make it a little easier to get around. I went ahead and added some art into it, so there are a few texture changes. You'll see like the enemies actually sort of look like ghosts. I need to clean them up a little bit because they don't quite look right. It's mostly my fault. But at least they kind of look like something other than just like a palette swap for the player's character at the moment. One thing that I want to do with them is I kind of want to add a little bit of animation to them, so give them like little stick arms basically, and have them kind of wave around a little bit. I don't think it'll be too much, like 1 to 2 frames or something like that. I'll see what I can do. I also changed the floors, so the floors that were supposed to kill you when you touch them, they're supposed to kind of look like vats of acid right now. Because why not? I mean, every house that I go into, they just have random vats of acid laying around. I mean, that makes total sense, right? Now, one thing to remember, I'm a terrible artist, like just absolutely awful, so none of the textures probably look great. I did the best I could, we'll see what happens, I think they look okay. They could look a lot better, though. I also went ahead and did some texture for, like, basically the house in general. So the sides and the platforms are supposed to kind of look like rock in some way, and the floors are gonna supposedly look like wood grain. I think they look like wood grain, but again, I'm a terrible artist. Just absolutely awful. Just like really, really bad. I can't stress that enough. I did do a few other things as well to just kind of make it a little bit easier to play and sort of make it a little bit better, or at least in my opinion make it a little bit better. A few of the platforms are going to be different sizes. I kind of changed some of the locations around. I went ahead and changed the beginning section of the game just to make that a little bit better. So, well, not really the beginning, the end of the game where you go into you could go and drop down if you take the shortcut, or you can just like go off the normal way. I changed the platforms so that they're not, you don't jump and everything. They don't look like regular platforms anymore is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, it's been a bit of a long week. And yeah, anyway. So I changed it around so that the enemy can't like just wait underneath you. You'll see in just a little bit, you'll see in a little bit what it looks like now. So normally when you would do this, you would run, grab the treasure, jump off, and there was a chance you would either land in one of the vats of acid, or you would land on one of the enemies. I changed it so that they can't just wait for you underneath that jump anymore. There's actually a barrier in the way. The enemies can't jump, so they can't get past that barrier, so it gives you a little bit of extra room for you to kind of do what you need to do. You can still go back and try to get all the treasures if you want, but you don't necessarily have to. I might end up changing it a little bit so that you can actually go back up if you choose to take the escape, like the quick escape route, and jump down. You'd then have to go back through the level the entire way. I might change it so that there's like a tree or something that would let you go back up to where that invisible platform is so that you can kind of run back and get the different treasures on the inside. Just because I think that would be kind of fun. You wouldn't necessarily have to take like a blind leap of faith down. You could see where you could see where you would be able to go back up and get a treasure if you missed it or something like that. It would kind of create like a loop in the game, so you could keep doing that over and over again, but it's not really necessary. So I still need to come up with what I want our main character to look like. And I'm also thinking about kind of expanding the levels a little bit, so pushing the back wall further back and kind of making the levels a little bit longer, and maybe just making it so that there's a different path to get through the game. I think that might help things out a little bit, but I'm not really sure. We'll see what happens as this keeps going. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the way it's shaping up right now, but I think there's some more stuff I can probably do to it to just kind of make it a little bit more fun to play, or make it a little bit more interesting than what it is. Because right now it's just it's just a short little game. It maybe takes like 3 or 4 minutes to get through the whole thing, depending on what you want to do, obviously. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been mulling over, what I want to do with this, and just kind of what direction I want to go with some things. I've got pretty much everything that I thought I wanted to have in here. So yeah, I'm just kind of thinking of what else I can do with it. Anyway, if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked or hated this, please let me know as well. Have a great day, everybody.